And good morning, all. This is your Uncle Nate. We're stuck at 30 frames per second at around 720p, which makes sure that it's not choppy. I'm seated in one place, just where my birds are. And yesterday I had the pleasure of meeting JK, but many times it's a goodbye stream. It's just like they only come in to tell me goodbye. It's like, before I go off and attack somebody I shouldn't, I'll say hi to you. And then JK made it really friendly, he showed me that he's careful, he's wearing sunglasses and a mask, and he's well aware that he's attacking something far bigger than him. I might not see him again, or I might see him again. So I had a chance to arm him with as much as I could. Like, when you strike at somebody, don't use the weapons you brought with you. Use one of my weapons, a lotless bag with 3 rocks. That way is like, so the murder weapon or whatever, where did it come from? Let's backstep through his day. One of his field agents gave him the weapon. That's the only one that works. But in case he died, I can bring him back as a nemesis, which is basically is like, I misunderstood the concept of the spell. It's just like raise dead, but in addition to raising the person you want to raise, you also raise their nemesis. So if JK died and I do a raise dead on him or raise nemesis, somebody the exact opposite of JK would come back to life. And if he's an idiot, the nemesis would be the exact opposite of an idiot and actually effective. So that way I could bring JK back, go back to the bus, troll there, and his actual nemesis will finish the job. Okay? Whatever the job is, sight unseen. Now I'm expecting some people, why am I banned? I have no idea. This is not my platform. There's an auto ban and whatever. It's so confusing to me just to play within all the rules. When you choose to not play all the rules, your only response is, why was I punished? I thought I was unpunishable. You thought wrong. There's always a venue. Flight, is that you? I'd like to pretend that's Flight. See, Flight eats like a condor. Condors want to peck down. They want to hold down the thing and then eat. You see? So that's the kind of pigeon that eats like a raptor. Like the bird is on the floor and it can't resist, and you're just pecking at its eyes or its liver. That's how you're supposed to eat as a predator. So, hey CEO, do you want to know what you should be like? See, as a former CEO, this is what you claim. You have to think like a predator bird. Even if you're stuck in this body where you don't know what you're doing, you're using text-to-speech. Just like Genghis Khan, he's whispering in your brain, like a demon former CEO. You don't have all you want, but I could bring you to a place where you do. This is how, like, birds of prey, like falcons, eagles, and everything, they stand on the enemy bird and then they eat. The piece of bread can't fight back. It was injured, but the thing is, I didn't bring the rock dove to me. A coworker did. So, it's like, I rejected his tribute because I was too attached with Flight, the rock dove. Now, originally, rock doves live in cliffs, I think in Spain. And so if any predators come and they miss trying to get the eggs, they splat into the rock and fall to the water below. And then the pigeons, like 5-10 of them, bring them up as food because it can't fight back. So basically, that's what happened. Yesterday, I was walking and I saw a pigeon with his neck broken. Yeah, like I've handled a rock dove, very thin pencil neck, just like this. So it's very easy to break a cigarette or a rock dove. What they do is they rely on their agility, and then they live in places where one misstep is death. Now, I don't know if you've been in the bus today, but Sky Guy totaled his car because he just took one puff of his nicotine vape and passed out. Now, I knew some things like that would happen because it's a very rare statistical anomaly. But there are people like the CIA, FBI, who can put things in your drink, even if you put your thumb on it, they'll just poison the air around you. You know? So be careful. Father CEO, let's say. Because you could have gone around as Father CEO. But you don't want to steal valor because so many people will call you at 2 a.m. Father, I'm dying. Come hear my confession. Okay? Maintain yourself as former CEO. Get shot by Luigi Mangione. And, that's one way to die. We all got to go somehow. A lot of times, even in the Bible, it says, you people in this kingdom or something, all you want to do is sleep. Therefore, I shall come like a thief in the night and take all your shit. Okay? Be careful also of the word similar. It might be so useful that it's ubiquitous, everybody uses similar, but it does summon a nemesis. I see it because I know the name of the nemesis. You do not. If you knew the name of the nemesis, you would avoid using that word. But since you don't, that will be your end, that nemesis. I use so basically a lot, and I'm sure inside that word basically is the name of my nemesis. Okay? Keep using it. Say all that again in my chat. Very similar to beef. What's the harm, right, CEO? And then there's something that the Illuminati say. They disclose the method by which you will die. If you don't pay attention, it's not their fault. You approved of it because they said it twice. And then they say it a third time, and you still didn't know what you're saying or not able to object. You're actually giving them consent and permission to do it. So be aware that that's going to happen. Hey, Flight. See, this is my all-new Flight. Flight doesn't have to be on my chest to be Flight. Flight has taken on a new form, more of a peasant. See, the one you saw in my... Hi, Flight! It's you! It's you, buddy. It's my baby Flight. In a different body, it shows that he can be Nemesis Flight. He's sadly still Flight. So cute. Say hi to your uncle, former CEO. Come on, open the beak. Come on. Look how comfortable Flight is next to me. It's like cats. Shh. That's the sound a mother pigeon makes when he's happy. I'm very happy to see you again, Flight. Flight is not just a name, it's a title. Leader of the Red Dragon Flight. Normally cars would scare him, but he feels safe around Daddy. So be careful, CEO. If you don't believe that Luigi Mangione will break into your house and shoot you in the face, that's disclosing the method. You understand? If you don't take any precautions at all, better to have security and not need it than need security and not have it. Right, Flight? I'm a security guard. Flight used to do that too. Just, I don't need food, I just need company. And maybe from a distance, I was threatening Flight. I'm going to eat you all day. Nom 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 nom. And he's like, shut up. Flight is so comfortable around me, even in the peasant form. You can tell he's a peasant because if you look at his nostrils, it's very tiny. Real king birds have humongous nostrils. Humongous. But he's like, if I can show you how I am as a king or royalty, I can pretend to be a peasant bird. Look at how curious. That's a sign of great trust when they can extend their neck all the way. That's a roost, basically. So, having a roost at 2 feet above the concrete, when they're used to like 500 feet high, that means that there are no real predators able to threaten Flight. Not you, not me. If I reach out and grab him, that's a problem. Yeah, if you do want to do that. However, a wood pigeon would be like a couple of former CEO, bottle of any cheap beer, potatoes, and onion. Makes a great soup. Be prepared. It's like Judge not, lest you be judged, or cook not, lest you be cooked. Verb not, lest you be verbed. Those who live by the sword shall die by the sword, or in your case, the soup pot. Uma. Of course, I am zero. I protect you until you annoy me. Then I don't protect you. So far, you've done nothing to annoy me. You come to my chat and you're very respectful. Right, Flight? That's why he's your uncle. Uncle, former CEO, has given us threats of eating you. Isn't that nice? It says you make a lovely soup with onions and potatoes. So that's former CEO Soul. How about you eat it? Yeah, you taste delicious according to this one. Now that you've made a threat, Flight has no problem eating you. You know, you've asserted yourself as a threat, see. Many nephews. Oh, I'm sure.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, pal. How are you? Now, that's my friend Khan. If anything can be done, he will be done. I know. When you advertise things like that, Flight, would you like to murder former CEO? I think I would, too. See? Flight went off to run off. When you advertise, it's really nice in my village. Many villages in Florida, for example, they do have sheriffs and police department there. And Khan is like here. If he ever needs cigarettes, he forgets them. I'm always a dispenser. I had no problem giving cigarettes. I have a lot. How you doing, Mr. Khan?
I'll be back in 10 minutes.
Okay, okay. I like to smoke with people because there's a legitimate pretext for them to catch me up on the doings of mankind. It's just like I'm Satan. You can call me Satan. Like, morning. I mean, like, once you know that I'm the nicest. You know, I don't get in your way. If you want a cigarette, I have many cigarettes. If you want bread, I share and share alike, you know. One thing I don't have is weapons. You gotta show that you're a harmless Satan. Although, like, you know, if you use American Ultra, anything could be a weapon if you're trained. Like this. Somebody's trying to escape with a bag full of iPhones. You just knock this table over. Let's see how far you jump. And they trip, and then you make the arrest. So far, they haven't done that. Like, they tested me that. Some guy was running, and I was like, well, I have something, and I'll let him get away. Because he might stab me, you know? That's always a thing. Good morning. I think I'll just give him, like, bread. I don't know. He's yelling. See, yelling is a form of penance. Like in tenant-landlord disputes, there are going to be amateurs yelling, and then the adjudicator, third-person party, is like, well, I was just living in my very peaceful hamlet where a little crime, when suddenly, for no reason at all, so do you want to bring it back? I mean, you kill one pigeon or a crow, the crows will make your life a living hell. It's out of my hands. You could say crow instead of pigeon, why don't you? If it's not a popular meat, then you want to bring back popular meats. You know, Bash's way is to order like a pigeon thing and then have an incubator, have a little farm. But as soon as you're profitable, your neighbors or the government will come in and say, this is unlicensed. You know, do you go by the alias of former CEO online for any reason? Looks like you're not registered as a poultry breeder. And you owe. You know what I mean? Especially when you like it for yourself. Now, I'm being blessed by somebody very special. She visits every church, and therefore this corner is now a church. Her mere presence here is actually blessing my church. It's an outdoor church. Right. But you've ever heard of framing people? Are you a framing community? Let's say you're a farmer, and the president says, farmer, I got a job for you, mission. It's for national security. It's to ensure that you remain a farmer for the next 4 years. All you have to do is blah, blah, blah. And you can say yes or you can say no. And then he brings out a member of your family, being Donald Trump. Now, the last members of your family said no, and they'll show you a slideshow what happened to them. I'm hoping you're going to say yes. You know what I mean? I'd like to believe all busters are innocent. Do you know this? I know that's Flight, because Flight ate only the crusts and left the middle. If that's not a miracle, I don't know what is. You see those other pieces of bread? The crust is attached. Flight is so picky, he picked off all the crust, naturally. Do you see that? Isn't that insane? It's the definitive sign that God is real. I didn't even notice that bottle over there. It's like, that could be Luigi Mangione with a gun. Proceed, Mr. Mendez. Did you notice that bottle? I didn't notice the bottle. It's green. Emerald green blends with the thing. It's like Marines. Unless a Marine discloses, you're on the clear list. Continue. You're not going to spot a Marine. They have ghillie suits and made out of garbage. 300 yards out. You wouldn't know. Okay? So, I'm very glad that you're the only one doing security for me, CEO. For free, too. For free $99, $0.00. I appreciate the company. As long as you're ominously creepy and menacing and perverted to all, your fellow perverts won't dare touch me. And then you have the privilege of asking me questions or making statements. Either way, it's like in the book of Job. You give me all the answers and I'll ask all the questions, or you give me all the questions and I'll provide all the answers. It's really up to you. Looking at your chat log, you like making pronouncements, answers. So my question is, why are you still alive? What's your next answer to that? Is it because of me or because of you? Think carefully what you're going to say next. It's a community. They're bees. I attract more bees than birds these days. And bees sting. You have encephalitic shock or some medical reason. Why do you think I'm not surrounded by bees right now? Because I watch Candyman. I'm Jason Voorhees. Okay? And the thing about being Jason Voorhees is that Batman has a contingency plan to take me out. Disconnect me from Crystal Lake and then depower my supernatural nature. That's fine. But he has to do the same thing for Candyman. And the Candyman is black. Okay? It's equality. It's equity. And I wanted to make a signed cop of the month so you can park right there. Legitimately, actually. 455912 is probably the best unit of all this. Don't think that you're the only one protecting. You're just the most visible one. Okay? And then they're off to do patrol. Stay here. I'll be right back. Just like Jesus would be right back. Also, I have homeless patrol here on Garment District. I got birds. This is a very good place for a sit down. If you view my, they are the best bit. I'd like to think maybe you're mentally delayed by an hour. That's fine. I can deal with someone who thinks deeply and thoughtfully and only makes statements after an hour. That's easy to deal with. There's a delay between planets. It takes an hour for us to get a reply. That's fine. We'll do stuff in the meanwhile. As long as it's all positive news, I'm happy. First, you threaten pigeons, and then you retract it, and then you threaten them again. That's just like a sine wave generator. Okay? Now, the courts are the best bit. You ever been in court? I'm sure at least one person. You would not believe how many sharp objects they're allowed to use. Shovels. There's a power washer. And for the homeless, this basic fecal ammunition, you grab some shit in your ass and you throw it. Very, very, very effective. Just like stay away. If I want food, I'll ask you. If I want drink, I'll ask you. If I want security, I'll ask you. And sometimes security is very forward thinking. So far, so good. There's no criminal or mastermind or terrorist threat here. No bomb threat. No fire department being called in. It's just basic patrol. All is well and nothing has happened. I'm doing... I can hide in bush. Oh, really? So are you in here? Where are you in the bush? Can you hide in this bush? Even a midget could not hide in this bush. Only a bottle could hide in here. You can hide as well as the next man in any bush. Try this one. Pop out of here. See the lies inside your story. If the next man was Brock Lesnar, do you think Brock Lesnar could fit in here? Brock, get out of here. You know. I know Brock Lesnar could, you know. That's why I've asked you to change your name to Brock Lesnar, and you did it for like thing, and then you're like, I miss being former CEO, right? You don't even know who he is, and it's been 2 weeks. You're not paid to think CEO. That's why you're a former. You never will be restored to all your perks. A CEO must be brave, must have courage coming out of his pores, and you don't have it. What you do have is cowardice and a scared demeanor. And that's good, because cowardice and being scared means you'll just run into another battle away from a battle. It's like, this battle is too tough, and you're going to go back home, which is actually the harder battle. Explaining why you ran back home. Now you brought all the enemies from war to your house, which makes no sense. You understand? That's what a lot of people do. And now my friend is ascending his throne. He'll sit on his chair. You know? He's allowed. Like Saint Michael the Archangel. Saint Michael, do you hear him? Here, let me show you what Saint Michael looks like. It's very, very acceptable, his appearance. Because if you don't recognize how Saint Michael can just grab shit from his ass and smear it on your face, you don't know the most glorious prince of the heavenly armies. Here's a reason. Do you want to be shamed for another 100 years? I see this man is like, he's got a bullet chambered already. You can't outdraw this man. When it comes to flinging ass shit, he's got the jump on you. Don't even try. He's comfortable with his body. So let's say he was right next to you, and there you are eating your lunch or dinner, and he's got his hand up his ass. It's like, this tastes better if I smear a little bit of a spread from my body on it. I have enough to make a shit sandwich. Look, I left him maybe 3 sandwiches worth. If he decides to take a shit and then put it on a sandwich, that's fine with me. It's not my job to manage him. He's not bothering anybody, and I don't think he ever will. This is his chair. It's an open public thing. As long as you don't bother him, he doesn't smear his shit all over your face. That's a very good social deal. He's going through some shit. He might have been like a CEO, top 500, a time traveler from the future. They dumped him here as a prison, and he's just coping. You know? You give an exiled king all the space he needs. You only say that because you're dying, right, CEO? You're bullying all your doctors. With the increase in biological science, I can see no reason why we cannot live another 100 years. You say we, I read I. You're dying, okay? And you're trying to bully all the doctors. Do something. We are going to do something. We're going to prepare you for burial. You're a gunner. Bullying means you're at the end of your rope, okay? So what I can do is administer last rites on you, former CEO, in the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Get right with God, and maybe I'll see you in like 100 years. Most likely, I will be dead. I follow all the rules. I only have maybe 15 years left, at most. You know, I'm 48. I'll be lucky if I hit 70. By then, my body will be so decrepit and twisted like a pretzel, I don't want to live. I'm 48 and already all my joints hurt. What's going to happen? They're going to replace me with bionics, and that's going to hurt. Stop bullying people, CEO. The first thing a bully says, I'm not bullying anybody. That's the red flag. The usage of the word not means you're covering up your bad activities with the word not. This man is not bothering me or anybody else at all. He deserves to sit. He deserves, relief from pain. Yeah, that's actually staged. The pain you feel by calling a wrestler fake, he has something called momentum and impact. If you tell a wrestler it's fake, do you feel this? And then he throws you across the room. And you'll claim assault, but you instigate. If somebody told you Jesus was fake, would you believe it? I don't believe it. I question every spirit. I question your decision or even your dedication to this role of former CEO. Tell me, if you're just trolling, how come you remember all the procedurals of an executive order? Because somebody told you, right? I'm sorry, I did this stream for me, but I don't want you to dominate my stream. Your problems are not mine. If you were a member of the Church of Satan, sucks to be you. Jane Mansfield drank blood and then she was decapitated by running into a semi at 45 miles per hour where there are kids in the back. Is that a good trade? One sip of blood for power a little bit and then you have a really messy end. Okay? Somebody once told me Jesus Christ was fake. Didn't believe him. Didn't believe in them now, past, and I don't believe them now. Somebody told me all homeless people are useless. I don't believe that shit. Everybody has a use. Somebody told me birds are fragile, then they're precious. Okay, good. So why don't you change your name to Somebody Told Me? The third time you use that for the riff, that's your identity. Even if you don't change it, I'm going to just mentally see you. Somebody told me that's not the former CEO I was talking to. That's somebody who made it a lot more creepier for the government. They nationalized 4chan. Moot sold it to become part of the guiding narrative people. And so you left all the mods there. You handle it. I'm just going to be on vacation for a little bit. Where? To the government islands. Right. You read it somewhere. Understood. Did you write those things? Because by telling me you're somebody, you're doing messenger work for free. Okay? Can you tell me the name of all these somebodies? Of course not, right? Confidential sources. But I'll tell you, the things you've been told are only given to a very short list of people. So all I had to do is go through that very short list out of 9 billion, maybe 20, and then I only be wrong 19 times. It's good odds, don't you think? So make sure you tell me I can't tell you the names of all those people. That way, that confirms I'll just use the short list instead of the long list. Because only a short list of people really are that rabid about their identity. Let me tell you, if you do a cabal, if you have a cabal of 20,000 people, it's not really a cabal. It's an audience. A cabal, 20 is a good number. What do you want, bird? See how you're yelling. Why are you yelling? Now you have food. Okay? Now you're just coding things that you're just doing your job. What happened to Hitler, by the way? Was Hitler one of the ones who told you? Because Hitler can possibly say things like, hey, guy, former CEO, a pay stub from 1945, signed by Adolf Hitler. Wrestling is fake. Would you believe Adolf Hitler if he told you? And then Adolf Hitler's like, these Americans, they're all lying to you, former CEO. They never went to the moon. Germany went to the moon before them. Listen to me. Hey, JK, my friend. My moon-faced Asian. 안녕하십니까? Did you see my community post, dude? What do you think? I made you look really menacing and ominous. Change that to your channel banner or something. Download it. And tell me you don't know how to do things. Former CEO has been holding the spot, creeping out all the people. I used to I told the universe, I don't like ADD inattentive adults. I like the passionate ones. Then you came on stream, I was like, I can work with this. I had to resist the urge to beard stroke around you. I was like, excellent. You can? You ever see in those kung fu movies? My friends screaming in pain. How come you're all not helping my friend? Lord Jesus Christ, heal my friend. God of all Israel, heal my fucking friend. Bring him relief from all the suffering. He's doing the yelling of the worship of God. Leave him alone. Leave him alone. They don't listen to me. So maybe it's endure. Endure. You will endure. You must endure. Until death, you will endure. Be strong. I'm sending you all my strength. I'm going to give him his weapon. They won't hurt you if you have this. They won't. I promise you. Hit them with that. You know? That's just my marker. You know? He said thank you. And I always say you are welcome. You know? Even if it didn't work, I tried. They're just too big, too many demons. But, you know, before God is like, if you were here, God, this man would be healed. But since you're not, I'm here. You know? At least for a little while, they stopped hurting him. Are you serious? You can stop us? Yeah, we'll stop all you fucking demons. I'll summon my angel, St. Jerome, do all the ass kicking for me. You know what I mean? For a brief and shining time, they stopped hurting him. Probably because they're hungry and they want to eat the bread. So he's distracted right now. Alright? So I was talking about inattentive. See, the thing is, maybe you did that intentionally. You maybe are natural at seeming harmless. You're more harmless than I am. Even like Mark Mays was like, if I showed up, I'd probably do the same thing. You know, that's what leadership is all about, JK. There will be a time when I'll be dead and gone, and then you're just walking around. I'm so bored. I applied to all the computer science jobs. I've watched all the things. I've seen your playlist, by the way. They told the guy the same thing I'm telling you. You're worthless. We can hurt you all day. Don't believe them. Somebody told me I'm weak, then that means my God is strong. They don't think. Now, reckon is a gift by the white supremacists to me. They only trusted me with one word, reckon. It's like, this minority, what are you going to do with one word, reckon? This? Okay? It could be that he was just a normal guy working, and it's like, we can't afford to pay you, so you're now insane. Believe this. The willpower in your brain will believe it. If my boss said I'm insane, I'm insane. But when my boss says I'm healed, I'm healed. Okay? I have to act in the capacity of his boss. It's like, they won't hurt you while I'm here. They won't. They'll hurt me first, and I'm already in maximum pain. What more can they do to me? Decapitate me? Any more hurting on me makes me feel better. You understand? I'm at maximum pain. Decapitate me, my brain doesn't process body pain. Then it's free. You know, remove my arm, that's one less thing to worry about. I saw you, JK. You have working knees, working elbows, working neck. You know? That means you can be funnier than me all day, which is not saying much. Okay? Now, I got some gifts for the next meeting. You know, the more we meet, the more I trust you. I understand you're looking to get a job that's 6 figures. I can't offer you that. What I can do is offer you my faith. With certain props, people will be impressed at how insane you are. And then in this world, the more ruthless you are, the more respected you are. Just like in prison. The first day, you gotta kill somebody. Then you join the murderer crew. Hi, Flight. I don't have any bread. You go to the big boss. He's eating bread and he's feeling great. Yeah. Shut up. Shut up, JK. Now that I can put a face and voice to it, The shut up works so much better. No, you think you're terminally dying. I've been terminally dying for 48 years. I'm here to bring you hope to the other captives. I was a stillborn baby, and then I forgot to thank my mom for carrying me for 9 months. I was like dead. Beep. Oh shit, I forgot to thank the person who carried me for 9 months. Mom, thank you. And they were like, this baby came back to life. You should raise it. You said it was dead. Looks like we were wrong. Right. Where did we meet? Next to near Grand Central Terminal Illness. Okay? Do you think the building is going to die anytime soon? Do you think your Metro card is going to expire, your Omni card? If you paid for 1 month unlimited, you're going to get the most value out of it, right? Yeah, that's a sweet attempt. So many people, including JK, tried to heal me. Just like Mother Teresa, I'm just glad you showed up, doctor. You know, his family wanted him to be a doctor. He's like, there's more money in IT. No. Doctors decide who lives or dies. IT is just like facilitate. You want him to die more painfully or less? So just like, in Star Trek, we don't have a ship's doctor in Fiesta in America. I don't know if he actually went to medical school, if you interned, residency, but you do have a bedside manner. Just like, I'm here. I was waiting on that corner of the Chrysler building. I was like, this motherfucker ain't coming. Just like, terminal patient. The doctor's too busy to see me, and then I'm just going to die here all alone. And then he showed up with his goofy face. Hi. And then, as a terminal patient, it's like, oh, you're here. I get to complain about all my illnesses to you. And then as a good doctor, he's like, yeah, you're going to live another 6 months. Easy. Okay? So if you're feeling terminally ill, CEO, just talk with JK a little bit. In the chat. Focus all your attention and empower his bit. When he says, I'm gay, it's like, this motherfucker gay. Yeah, exactly. Tell me you're a Korean and then your parents didn't want you to be a doctor. All your other cousins are doctors. They have their own practice. At least you didn't talk like that, dude. Hi, flight. Come. Look. Food for you. I love it when flight comes. Your parents are German? Yeah, good. Achtung. Willkommen. How come you didn't speak German to me? Huh? Yeah? Scheiße. And even worse, your parents are German, you are a clone of Adolf Hitler. You should act accordingly. Just because you look like that doesn't mean you can get out of German work or Nazi work. Then if you had shown up in full Nazi regalia, I'd be like, holy shit, this guy's got balls. As it is, birds heal him, okay? They're attacking him. Whatever's attacking him, you eat them. Or otherwise, I will not feed you. Protect my friend. The pain inside him, I can't. Only Jesus can heal him. But if you birds don't do it, Germans will heal him. Schnell. Yeah. You don't know how to speak German? My heart goes out to him. I'm moved by pity. Sancta Michael Arcangeli, defende nos imperio contra Nikitam insidias diaboli. Esta presidium imperit ilideis, simplicis de pecamor, tuque princeps mete celestis, Satana maleresque, spiritus malignos, qui ad petitionem animarum, purgatur in mundo divina virtude infernum detrudi. Amen. Cruz Sancti Patri Benedicti, Cruz Sacra sit me lux, non draco sit me lux. Vade retro Satanas nuncom suadimi vana sunt malaque libas, ipse venene vivas. Now, if these birds won't heal them, I'm going to exercise these motherfuckers. You don't want to heal my friend? I'm going to just use my holy water. Now, if you don't believe holy water can heal, neither do I. Okay? I expel you in the name of Jesus Christ, who made heaven and earth. All the demons who continue hurting, I will hurt you. You hurt any more of my homeless friends, I will find you. I'll find out where you live. No more hurting. Okay? I've done all I can. If the Pope comes here and says, you're a goner, you're a goner. Says me, I'm a goner, I'm a goner. I'll see you on the other side. Okay? But so far, no police have arrest. No sanitation have arrest. No fire department. Just like a dying dog, I'm under somebody's couch or something, and I just don't want to upset my master. I will die peacefully. And you'll move on with your lives. Modestus, by the way. Yeah, I'm a child modester. I make all children modest, like you. Here you go. Here's the contract. You eat my food, you protect my friend. Not all friends are immortal. Not all friends are invulnerable. But the suffering is noted. Your guardian angel has much to answer for. How dare you allow him to be hurt? How dare you disgrace the rank of guardian angel like this? Yeah? Very good. See, like his screaming is lessened. The weed removes some of the pain, the bread removes some of the pain, the holy water removes some of the pain. It all adds up. Okay? My prayers hopefully will remove some of the pain. Saint Jerome is one of the most disbelieving Catholics. He can't even believe he's a saint. A lot of saints are like that. You're calling me a saint? You know what I've done in my life? Yeah, Saint Jerome, act like it. You can heal. Fucking work. You claim Germany, JK? Better remember what the Reich did. They made the trains run on time, the hospitals, the medical. You claim Germany, both your parents are German. I swear to God, you disappoint Adolf Hitler, don't come crying to me. There's a lot of real neo-Nazis in Jackson Heights. There's a lot of KKK there. They're quiescent until they find a reason. Wait, his first name is Jerome? Jerry's first name is Jerome? Oh my God, what a Jew. What a fucking Jew. Out of the mouth of babes. Huh? Now I can go to work because I can make fun of Jerry. Hey, Jerome. Jerome Allen Seinfeld. What a dork. I seen him in a Palestine rally. You're a baby killer. You want to kill all the babies. And his rejoinder is, not all babies, just you. I wish I can time travel and abort you. I can't wait. I've seen him maybe in some specials at the Comedy Cellar. How you doing, Jerome? Don't laugh. It's so non-Jewish as a name. Jerome. He's feeling better. Don't worry. You know what? I'm gonna give him cigarettes too. This one's for you, pal. Fight all them demons from me. What's the deal with Palestine? There's no solution. There's only the precipitate. Bow, ba-dum, bam, bow. You know what I wanted to do in the Free Palestine rally? Just run around like when they're saying da 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 Gaza, da 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 Gaza, and then I'd be just like pow, ba-dum, bam, pow. Why are you angry though? It's just music. Pow, ba-dum, bam, pow. Ba-da-ba-bam, ba-dum. And then I'd notice some of them would be either dancing to it or just yeah, I remember the episode. Do you remember the episode where Jerry tried to free Palestine? All Israeli tried to do it. And then it's it didn't work? Yeah, because you had to show no mercy. You helped them and they backstabbed you, right? You know what they did? The United Kingdom recognized a slice of Palestine. The Palestinians is now you owe us trillions of dollars. It's like biting the hand that feeds you. So retarded, man. That's the deal. I felt like a good Samaritan too. It's like, here's some cigarettes. If that's not enough, somebody will give you more. He didn't even beg for money or help. He was scratching his ass, and then with the same hand, he ate the bread. And it's not gonna kill him. He's probably tired of eating his own shit. The bread will give him a little bit of strength. Also, my wife made me tuna salad today. We didn't have enough mayonnaise. Talk about first world problems. Not enough mayonnaise for my tuna salad. But I've learned, like samurai, at first the rice is perfect. So we made the perfect rice for samurai. It's so yummy and delicious. Now we'll cook it with less water. Why? Because there will be a time where there will be a drought. Samurai are far different from ninja. They have to endure constant pain. It's like, oh shit, 93,000 ninjas are trying to kill me. As a samurai, I'm doing something right. It takes 93,000 of you to take down one samurai. That's fucking legendary, man. That's why there's that law of ninja, the conservation of ninja. You send waves and waves of ninja, and they're just like, well, I'm a samurai. They all fall down. Now let me fight the super ninja. You coward, send all your ninja goons to die at my hand. Face me one-on-one. Actually, like, JK is pretty good as a samurai. He came in weaponless. He's like, give me your weapon. Actually, he didn't even ask for my weapon. I was so happy he came. It's like, because of hospitality, you go onto my late night show and you don't have a gift bag, I look bad. I gave him a lot less gift bag. I also have one from Lululemon. But so far, JK hasn't done much for Fiesta in America for him to deserve my Lululemon bag. A lot less. I can get those easy. Lululemon, though, that's the price. Yeah, I've heard your voice. This is how it sounds like when you type. Government fee station? Are you fucking using text-to-speech? Online, you sound like you're yelling really loud, like big voice. But in real life, you squeak. And that makes, like, it's just so adorable. It's like, I had to resist pinching your cheeks, man. It's just so fat. What a fat gay you are. I don't mind if you suck cock or you get pumped. It's just your voice squeaks. It's like Marine Corps. Look at this. You have a Greco, but then it's like you can't hide the Marine. You spot that, All the others don't have a Marine sticker. See that? Same truck, no Marine. If a Marine lets you see him, that means they like you a lot. They can hide in ghillie suits. They like eliminate world leaders and shit. But if you're a fellow Marine, it's like, hey, Marine, give me a favor. No. Fuck you. That's how you sound out somebody who served. They go, where did you serve and who was your commanding officer? They're not looking for answers. They're looking for insults. Fuck you, that's the answer. Your mom gave me that shit. That's, you're a fucking Marine. Helmets. You don't need weaponry to be a samurai. You know that, right? The first thing they do with all samurai is remove their weapons. If you're still a samurai naked, that's impressive. Just like, look, you're still a girl surrounded by many men. No matter what you wear, they will make sure you're the woman. You know what I mean? You guys do know you're men, right? Unless you're all women. I'm pretty sure I saw JK. He has no tits. He has no pussy. He probably has a cock. So, therefore, he's a man. I can deal with men. I don't know what you are, CEO. You could be my bratty little sister, former CEO of Google, now senior policy consultant. Okay? You've been imprisoned in the body of a man, but you're still my little sister. Clean your room. I do know that since I'm a know-it-all, you would have to be a know-it-all too. Actually, samurai are the one with the helmets, and ninjas are the one with the baklavas. Thank you, but nerd. At least JK knows he looks like a nerd, but he puts his middle fingers up. You know what I mean? I thought I was the most harmless thing in sliced bread until I met JK. I felt so owned. It's like, you are so chubby and doughy. Oh my god. You're like the Pillsbury Doughboy walking. You know that? He could walk into any consulate and it's like, hi, what's all this about? I'm a tourist. I just went to Lincoln Center to watch a movie and then I'm just wandering around. What do you do in this building? No, honestly, like if you actually gained muscle, I'd be more threatened, you know. As it is, you're perfect for infiltration, Spy Master. I didn't think you could do it. You came with the glasses, you came with a mask, and I was like, okay, so this guy knows about careful procedure. But then you acted very, very goofy. Fuck you! Warangdo. That means hubba hubba. Wow. See that one? That's your counterpart. That's the Black Widow. See, I'm part of the silly moron program of the government, and you dress perfectly as a silly moron. I couldn't get any sillier, even if... Well, that's why I have an office full of accessories. You know, like the girls have their Barbie dolls. You're a fucking Ken doll. You know, Ken has to be like every bit as powerful as Barbie. And most times it's like Ken with a surfboard, Ken with a motorbike, you know. You'd be a fish out of the water. You on top of a tank. It's like, oh, I know that guy on top of the tank. Hey, JK, how you doing? How was the movie? I know. The next time we're gonna harass women together, but you're gonna walk around with a staff, you know. Because I read The Game by Neil Strauss and Mystery Method. You got to do some peacocking. If you're really into women, I'll introduce you. If you're really into men, you'll get fucked up the ass. You gotta decide, you know. I'll make sure if you're gay, you'll be a bottom first, just to make sure you're actually accredited gay. Just like that homeless man, like, you're hurting me. It's like, obviously he's been raped anally. Here's some bread. You feel better. Here's a cigarette right after. Listen, I don't know anything at all about harassing women. I would have to ask a woman, do you feel harassed? No, I'm harmless, right, girls? That's how you harass women. You give them all the power. Then you get a smile. You see how I set that up? I don't know what to do. I'm a project. Do you feel harassed yet? No? Okay, help me. Did I get slapped on stream? No. They smiled. It's like, oh, what a goofball. You can make them feel like I'm a woman and fiercely independent. I can harass any man I want. Start with me. I don't give a shit. I'm a practice. Fine. I get what I want. You get what you want. Power. You know, JK should be a woman harassment thing. You said you wanted to be part of a crew. The crew, I'll tell you now, it's 718. I used to live in Jackson Heights, and guess what my phone number was? 718 blah, 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 blah. Okay, you are by default, by moving there, signing a lease contract with your wife or girlfriend, part of 718. The people in charge of 718, they're not me. They'll observe. Oh, I'll show you something too, JK. When you're around here, and I won't, just in case you were looking for stickers, I left some in here. Do you see? I'm sorry. I left some in there for you. You go get it. Okay? Those were for me, but those are for you now. Okay? Anytime you feel like stickering for me, you go to the corner of Madison and 40th, look near the Poke place. There's going to be a thing, this is called a dead drop. I don't know what you're going to do with it, but it's yours. 2 stickers. You do well with 2 stickers, I'll get you 1,000 more. You do bad with 2 stickers, I only out 2 stickers. That's what consignment is all about. The real leadership of 718. If they see JK up, it's and you claim 718, and then they like how you pick your spots, then you're in. If you need a vouch, Barrett said you'd be okay. There's a lot of merit people. Okay? But you have to be proactive. It's very easy to be relaxed and just I'm sleepy. I don't want to move. Then it's going to go there. Nobody will touch your stickers. They're your stickers. I won't touch them. I placed them there, just like the sword in the stone. Only the one destined to do those stickers will actually care. To the rest of the people, it's nothing. To you, you want stickers, go get it. Yeah. If this was Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs, what are all the other dwarves doing? Do you think if you watch that movie, even Sleepy had to defend the forest? If your landlord said, I'm evicting you, here's a notice, are you sleepy then? You'll ask, why? And I just felt like it. I'm a douchebag. Trump said, whatever you want. I'll see you in court. You did a violation, You thought I didn't see. You're harboring Israeli fugitives or something. They'll make up some shit. You won't be sleepy for long, JK. Okay? I've given you the way out, like all good guardian angels. But if you're cowardly, then, be cowardly. I gave you a few quick tips on how to navigate this world of Satan. I saw this webcomic. It's a mom was giving birth. It's I carried this baby for 9 months. Now it's your move. You want to live or die? I died. But I woke up and it's oh, I forgot to thank you, Mom. Bye, I'm going to die again. Not so fast, Mr. Come Back to Life stillborn baby. I could milk you for 48 fucking years. I don't even want to meet your mom. I know she's a very nice lady. She taught you, always wear clean underwear. When you're meeting for a job interview, be nice, personable, and friendly. Check, check, check. I'm surprised that you were not picked up by, Google or Microsoft or something. But you self-sabotage, I'm willing to bet. I'll save you a spot, all right? I want you to get some spray paint and be right here. Just free-handed JK. And just I'm George Bush and I approve this message. All of this is yours. As big as you want. Okay? If you will decide to write JK so it can be seen in Google Maps, that's you. I'm very humble. Okay? I made sure it's just like a pre-signed check. You write in the amount you want. If you want to write, I am sleepy though, I won't stop you. For the price of a can of paint, $10? Go to town. But you'll run out of paint. Now, I took Warangdo. That means flower boy. Okay? Former CEO knows Warangdo. Flower CEO. Flower power. Tell me you know. I sounded you out with a hug. Just like that. As soon as I moved to hug you, you pulled back. You're not one to show affection. For a gay man, not very flamboyant at all. Okay? So the next time you see me, probably instead of making you go up there and clean all the windows, I'm just gonna ask you to carry a staff. See that? You see that very high thing? How are you at heights? Yeah? Those people were asked, can you clean all the windows outside the Calico building? Sure, because I have the training. If I ask you to do it, you'll probably say, are you fucking crazy, Nate? I don't have the training for that. Okay? All you will do, the next time I see you, I'm going to have a stick ready. And you're going to walk around all day in Manhattan holding my stick. This sounds very gay. Pause. But in that time, if you want to meet girls or harass girls, do it under my name. Is like, what the fuck do you think you're doing? Harassing me. What's your name, dude? Nate Mendez. Don't use your real name. Use my name. You'll be the one like doing stuff because I'm too busy at my office. That is your resume. The word resume sounds like resume. Right? Did you bring your resume for this job interview yesterday? No, you didn't. So I had to treat your demeanor as your resume. And let me tell you, you passed with flying colors. You can work in Fiesta in America, but you can do better. You could be JK in America. People, you don't know what a fiesta is. You're not dressed in Korean fiesta or Chinese fiesta or Asian fiesta. You're dressed like you want to work for the white man. Go do that. Infiltrate the white corporate culture. You're wearing an Apple Watch. You're wearing pants, slacks. Very whitewashed. You're even wearing masks a white person would wear. I want to see what a JK person wears. Make sure you disappoint me, Spy Master. I gave you niece master, nephew master. Your day one is terrible. Like nothing's changed here. Some people in your position, once they achieve that thing, they would advertise to all the world. I'm in charge here. Like Zoran Mamdani. 718. Did you? I didn't care. Did you wear cheesecake? Normally, it's mandatory to present Satan with a cheesecake. Did you bring me a cheesecake yesterday? Go ahead and lie. I brought you all the cheesecake. Didn't you see it? Except I can review this stream. I wonder if I can link into my chat. How do I chat? See, I don't even know. But I've done this for an hour and life is good. Okay, I'm going to end the stream and then I'll see you in the bus. Thanks for coming out. Appreciate it. How do you exit this motherfucker? Let's see. In the name of Saint Jerome and all his angels and saints, I command